This is the first round after the pitch invasion last weekend. We all saw terrible images from the Melbourne Derby. I'm hoping to see a good attendance turnout in the stadiums this time. My name is Luis, and in this episode, I will analyze 6 games of the A-League in the round 9 and give you my predictions for each game. At the end of this episode, I will also show you the bets I am making to each game so you can copy them if you feel like so. Alright, let's do this. Brisbane Roar receives Western Sydney in what seems to be a quiet game. Both teams have low scoring and conceding goals. It's under 1 for both. Brisbane is in the 7th position and Western Sydney is in the 3rd on the ladder. Although Brisbane is playing at home, they are struggling to win. It was only won in the last 5 games. Charlie Austin missing this game is detrimental to Brisbane's attacking system, so they may struggle even more to score this game. Western Sydney is the 2nd best away team in the A-League and the cleanest sheet so far in the competition. So I am expecting a decent defensive play from them and eventually a goal. Therefore, my prediction for this game is 1-0 for Western Sydney. Perth Glory and Wellington Phoenix close the Friday games. Glory is in the last position on the ladder and faces the Phoenix, who is currently in the 6th position. Perth Glory tends to play more offensively when they are at home, and Wellington Phoenix used to concede when playing away. The challenge is big for Glory because Phoenix shoots a lot per game. It's around 17 times per game, and additionally, they have the 2nd best attack in the competition. Glory, on the other hand, has been effective on their shots, so I guess they can make another home victory this time. 2-1 for Perth Glory to start building a home fortress. Sydney FC versus MacArthur is the only Saturday game. Both teams are very similar in terms of data. They have conceded 1.70 goals on average, but Sydney is slightly better at scoring. It's 1.5 versus 1.25 goals. Also, Sydney FC won only 1 game at home, and the same applies to MacArthur as away. MacArthur only lost 1 game in the last 5, while Sydney FC got 3 losses out of 5 recently. I can see MacArthur is slightly better in this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if this game finishes as a draw. I'm going 2-1 MacArthur because they have a slightly better conversion rate than Sydney FC. It's 10 versus 8%. Do you see this QR code in the center? This is the free pass to my community on Telegram. Scan it or go to predictortalk.com/join community to be part as well. There is a place for talking football 24/7 and we cover many leagues, so join now. After Christmas, Western United receives Melbourne Victory for a tough challenge in the round 9. When looking at the data, I can see Melbourne Victory a little better because Western United concede goals. However, they got their first victory at home in the last round, so their morale is now a bit higher. I guess the main issue for the Western United is their defenders making too many fouls per game and getting often booked. They are playing against Nani, Joshua, D'Agostino, and Bruno Fornaroli, who may be coming from the bench. So I guess the experience and skill will take place in this game. 1-0 for Melbourne Victory, and Western United may keep struggling in the competition. On Tuesday, Melbourne and Central Coast Mariners will make the most interesting game in my opinion for this round. Both teams are very offensive according to the data. They score over 2 goals and concede 1 goal per game on average. Also, both teams shoot frequently during a game. It's 17.67 for Melbourne and 14 for Central Coast on average. What makes this game interesting is that Melbourne didn't lose at home and Central Coast didn't lose playing away. This is the leader of the competition versus the 3rd place, and Central Coast can end up as this round as a leader depending on few results. We have Jamie McLaren, who always scores in important matches, plus Marco Tilio and Lecky in one side. On the other side, there is Jason Cummings. The Cumdog also scores in important matches, plus Samuel Silveira, Marco Tulio, and Garen Cole. I hope it will be an open game, but I believe that Melbourne City will be the winners. 2-1, and McLaren scores when he wants. Closing up round 9, Adelaide plays against Newcastle Jets. The data is clear here. Adelaide is a better team than the Jets. Adelaide scores 2.5 and concedes 0.5 on average versus 0.5 scored and 2.5 conceded by the Newcastle Jets. Adelaide also shoots almost as twice as the Jets. It's 15.5 versus 8.25 per game. Newcastle Jets has a tremendous challenge against Adelaide. Craig Goodwin is in a very good form after the World Cup, and Adelaide is still undefeated at home, without even a draw. And Newcastle Jets have a poor performance playing away. When they lose, they concede at least 2 goals. So for this game, I'm predicting 3-0 Adelaide United, with Craig scoring 1 or 2 goals. Let's see if the Jets can make a surprise here. I want to remind you again that this content is based on past statistics and does not necessarily correspond to future outcomes. Always bet responsibly. These are the bets I am placing for this round. Feel free to use them if you want. Be mindful that the odds may be different from what you see here. This is the time that you pause the video and take a screenshot. Again, always bet responsibly. Subscribe to the channel to receive the next game's analysis. The space is now open for you to share your opinions. And let me know what your predictions are for these games in the comments. And I'll see you soon.